at the halfway mark of the NFL season, and the Lions so far are looking dominant. At 7-2, the team looks primed to make a deep run in the playoffs. But what do they need to do to make sure they get there first? Joining us now to answer that question and more is Jeff Lesson, sports radio host with WWJ Radio and 97.1 The Ticket. All right, what do you think? We're halfway through. Should we be getting excited? Should we chill out?
Kelly, you have every right to get excited.
Okay.
I would put some parameters on that, though. I mean, we're talking about a team that has won one playoff game since 1957. Whenever I'm out of town, I tell outstate reporters, media members, or just fans, they can't believe it. They go, come on, that's not even possible, but it is. So Lions fans are ready for the SOL to kick in, some of them. Relax. That's not going to happen. SOL, same old Lion, it's dead. Forever, I don't know, but for this year it is. They're going to win the division. They are 2 games up on the Minnesota Vikings. They still have to play them twice. They have a much better team than Minnesota. The question then becomes, how far can they go in the playoffs? Can they win their first playoff game since 1992? And yes, I'm old enough to have covered that one as well. That was at the old Pontiac Silverdome. So it's been a minute since they won a playoff game, Kelly.
What do you think are the biggest hurdles? Why couldn't they win those games?
Well, home games may be a big factor in the playoffs. Right now, they're about the number 2 seed in the conference behind the Eagles. They have an easier schedule than the Philadelphia Eagles do. And, by the way, they're a game ahead of the 49ers. Now, Eagles got a much tougher schedule than the Lions. If the Lions somehow finish ahead of the Eagles, sky's the limit. That means they get home field for the entire playoffs. Now, does it mean they're slam dunk to win those games? No. I think man for man, Eagles, 49ers probably have more talent, but I'll take the Lions' offense up against almost anyone. Strength, offensive line, about top 5 in the league. Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best receivers in all of football. Sam Laporta, studded, tight end. He's a rookie, too. And their backfield is outstanding. The best twosome of running backs between Gibbs, the rookie's been outstanding, and the quarterback. I mean, come on. He's been top 5 as well.
We were just talking with Ahmed. He was saying, you know, the Lions, they've been 7-2 before. What makes this time different?
I think Ahmed's been hurt a time or 2 before. What makes it different is the competition. There's no Aaron Rodgers around anymore in the division. Jared Goff is by far right now the best quarterback in the NFC North. A division, by the way, they've never won. Never is a long time. Of course, this division has been around forever, but it just shows you how long it's been since the Lions won a division, which is like 1994, something crazy like that. So it's a different division, and this team is more talent. Only question remains is on defense. Their secondary got lit up by a Christmas tree by the Chargers on Sunday. And, you know, they need a pass rusher. They signed someone today. I don't know how much of a difference maker he is going to make, but Aiden Hutchinson needs some help on the edge because they're getting no sacks and no pressure of late, and they're going to need that later on.
Well, you brought up Jared Goff. We know his contract's expiring next season. Is that something that they're going to want to tie up now, or do they wait?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, Kelly, but let me think. If I have one of the hottest quarterbacks right now in all of football, and I know Lions fans might not want to believe that, but he is. He's been really beyond good. I think I might want to tie him up for a few years, wouldn't you? I think it'd be a prudent decision to sign him now. It's, you know, they wanted to wait and make sure he was the answer. When they traded for him, and that Matt Stafford deal, they thought it was only a stopgap until they could draft someone else. I think they found their guy by accident. Wrap him up while they still can.
Okay, let's talk about Coach Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference in his team or how they're running things now versus 2 years ago when they just started?
I'll be honest with you. I was not a Dan Campbell fan when he started. The whole biting the kneecap stuff, I thought that was a little far-fetched. Like, okay, that might work in college or high school, but in the pros, I mean, come on. And then they didn't exactly start out great, but something happened middle last season. The players bought in, and of course, when they were on the HBO special Hard Knocks, the country bought in, they liked the guy. But I've heard a lot about coaches that have been liked in the past that didn't do much on the field. You know what? For whatever reason, his aggressiveness is working out. The players are buying in, but really, they've gotten some great players. Their drafts, the last 2 have been outstanding. Gibbs this year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they get in the later rounds. I mean, they used to blow their first-round picks with regularity. They're not doing that anymore. So Dan Campbell is a candidate for Coach of the Year, but don't look past this team's talent, especially in offense.
Well, I like his speeches. I get motivated watching those clips in the locker room.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
It works. Okay, real quick, this Sunday, what are you thinking there? What do we need to look out for? Some people, I think, aren't worried.
I mean, no, they're playing the Bears.
Okay.
Put your worries to bed, at least for this week, okay? They're going to beat the Bears. I'll die in that island.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Sure,
Jeff Lesson, sports radio host of WWJ Radio and 97.1 The Ticket. Thank you again for joining us.
My pleasure.